it's worthwhile to start with the prices here of Bitcoin and how you think it might be impact into the halving. A lot of questions out there of whether a lot of those rises have already been baked in.
Bitcoin insider Fred Thiel, this is the CEO of Marathon Digital, one of the largest Bitcoin mining companies in the US, comes clean as to what he expects with Bitcoin after the halving.
I think the ETF's approval, which has been a huge success, has attracted capital into the market and essentially brought forward what could have been the price appreciation we typically would have seen 3 to 6 months post-halving. So I think we're seeing part of that now already. These ETFs, 11 were approved. 4 of the 11 ETFs are the most successful ETF launches on record ever. And the total amount of capital in the ETFs already has surpassed 50% of the amount of assets under management in gold ETFs. So what has happened in 3 or 4 months compared to 20 years with gold is pretty astounding. And so we think that has pulled forward some of the demand. The halving event will reduce the supply of Bitcoin by about 450 a day, the new emissions of Bitcoin, which will have some small impact on price most probably. But as miners, we're very excited to go into a halving where, for once, price has not declined prior to the halving, but rather price has gone up. So everybody's obviously maximizing and optimizing to that.
Supply and demand dynamics will be in full effect. Prepare for a continuation of this trend. I think, personally, we're going to see a rotation into Ethereum after the halving. Think about it. Bitcoin ETF and halving narrative will be in Bitcoin's past. The market is forward-looking. Ethereum ETF still on the horizon. Ethereum narratives still have yet to really break through. Not that Bitcoin won't continue to go up. I think it will. I just think we're going to start seeing lower cap speculation like we normally do after Bitcoin breaks all-time highs. We're already starting to see the media prioritizing Ethereum. Listen.
A lot going on in the cryptocurrency space. We have the halving with Bitcoin coming up in a few weeks. And also Ether, the idea of not only ETFs, but just the fact that a lot of people see it as a more viable and useful cryptocurrency because you can build apps on it. What's your take on some of these moves that we're seeing?
I think that when crypto's back, it tends to come back across coins. You don't usually just see only Bitcoin, and that's certainly what we're seeing. We've even seen some of those, coins that are a little bit, there's not much utility for them, have a huge ramp up over the last kind of couple months. And so I'm not surprised to see this excitement around ETH. I think that crypto diehards think that ETH is sort of a more perfect Bitcoin. It's just that the price never quite catches up. But I do think that we're going to continue to see some positive moves in it.
All right, ETH makes it sound so cute.
Seriously, all of these Bitcoin ETF conversations are slowly adding in Ethereum. Listen to this interview with the CEO of VanEck. The reporter can't wait to interject and ask him about Ethereum. Listen.
The narrative was really this is going to bring in the big institutions who were perhaps on the sidelines for a while when this market. Has that happened yet?
I think it's a different narrative, actually. To me, it's that it's legal to own Bitcoin in the U.S. You don't understand, like when we launched our first gold fund in 1968, it was illegal for Americans to own gold bullion. We had to invest in gold mining shares. So I think it's that legal approval that's the first step. It's just very early for many institutions. There's no private bank in the U.S. that has approved their advisors to call customers to invest in Bitcoin. So 0. So we have a long ways to go before it's fully adopted.
And all eyes now are really on Ethereum and whether there's an ETF in the U.S. to market. I know you've got an Ethereum exchange-traded product here in Europe, but are you planning to launch anything in the U.S. for an Ethereum ETF?
We're first to file as well for Ethereum in the U.S., and we and ARK, Cathie Wood, are kind of the first in line for May.
He goes on to say that VanEck is not expecting an Ethereum ETF approval in May, but in fact later down the line. But that all doesn't change the bigger picture that the mainstream media is just now waking up to the fact they're just starting to understand what we know. Ethereum has real investable economics and its upside is quite big.
But perhaps the best kept secret about all this is that it has real investable economics. The network right now is generating over $7 billion in fees, all paid in ETH, and all these fees fund a programmatic buyback and dividend. So when the network expands and entrepreneurs building on top of Ethereum have their own success, it drives value directly to token holders. At its current scale of activity, the supply of ETH tokens is actually declining. Now, 2 implications I want to point out about this. The first is ETH can be analyzed using traditional financial tools. You can build an Ethereum DCF. And I think you'll be surprised by how this pencils out when you have this recursive relationship between demand growing and supply shrinking. The second thing is you can start to see why more and more people see Ethereum as a complement to Bitcoin as a non-sovereign store of value for a digital world. Bitcoin offers greater certainty of supply, but Ethereum now pays a dividend and is deflationary. And the upside here is quite big.
Smash the like button. Let's get into it. 9 low cap altcoins I'm buying. Keep in mind, and it's good to assume, I'm an early investor for many of these, even an advisor for some of these projects. Full disclosure, we are always going to be open with you about our disclosures here at Altcoin Daily. Guns. Big partnership / integration for Guns. Huge news for all Guns users and builders. Guns is integrating with OpenSea, making it the 9th blockchain to be supported by this leading NFT marketplace. If you don't know about Guns, players and OpenSea users alike will be able to trade in-game items natively on the Guns chain through OpenSea using the Gun token, which will work for any game built on the Guns blockchain, starting with off the grid. So this is a massive injection of utility for Guns with this partnership. Even the AVAX CEO acknowledging this. With Guns on OpenSea, you'll be able to trade arms, legs, body armor, and of course, guns to use in the game. This is one of the leading blockchain games out there. Polkadot. Active addresses hit a record $600,000. You gotta think Polkadot is down price and narrative-wise, but Polkadot is not out, and Polkadot 2.0 is right around the corner. Chain GPT, a blue chip this year in the AI crypto space. Big announcement. We are accelerating AI development with $1 million worth of grants. So companies are applying for this now, and basically what ChainGPT is offering access to advanced SDK tools, cross-marketing and promotion, mentorship, and networking. ChainGPT is one to watch this bull cycle. Karate Combat, Karate Token. I like Karate Token and Karate Combat for the entertainment aspect. I use the Karate Token for its intended use, betting on these games and the fighters. It's highly entertaining in my opinion. I'll actually be in attendance for the Dubai April 20th fight, so I think this organization is going to continue getting bigger and better, both in the entertainment space, fighting space, and in the crypto space. MetaMask users, many of them, are getting an airdrop of a meme token called Foxy Linea. Foxy is the mascot to Linea and the first ever culture coin built to reward the community. So yeah, MetaMask users, many of them, especially those who have used the swap feature, are getting airdropped these tokens, as well as users of these few products in front of you. Seems like the airdrop is going to MetaMask users, Linea users, and kind of Ethereum company users or Ethereum product-centric users. Hey, this airdrop is still pre-pump. I speculate and say that because this airdrop is still pre-price history. Cody, one of the fastest, lightest, and most confidential L2s on Ethereum, or at least that's the goal, has its big version 2 coming. Actually, the founder just getting featured in a number of articles talking about their tech. Bullish on Cody. Still liking TRX, Trex 20, or is it T-Rex 20? Is it Trex or T-Rex 20? Well, it's revolutionizing and pioneering in GameFi built on the Bitcoin protocol. So this is the big difference here with a lot of other things. This is a Bitcoin token. This is DeFi or smart contracts on Bitcoin. GameFi built on the Bitcoin protocol with multiple games, plus an NFT-fi marketplace and progressive lotto under one roof. Trex 20 is finally live. Prominent dexes, prominent sexes. I like PancakeSwap, I like Gate.io, I like MEXC, and right now they're doing some juicy staking APR, trying to incentivize their community, their base, not to sell, but get rewarded by staking. And this was interesting. Trex 20, TX20 is now live and trading and trending in many countries currently. I did not predict that this coin would be trending. I'm overly excited to see how this one will be performing, especially as my thesis remains. We will be seeing a huge pump in the BRC20 ecosystem very soon. Yeah, guys, in my opinion, one thing is clear. The Bitcoin token ecosystem is just getting bigger, just getting more plumbing, more infrastructure. Like, it's going to explode kind of like Ethereum did in 2017, I think. So if you like Bitcoin, if you like gaming, check out Trex20 with its ticker TX20. Maybe check out some of its 3 games in its Season 1. Play and earn. And I'm sure this is not the last time you'll be hearing about these guys. They do have big plans for 2024 and beyond. Another coin I like, Easy. Gamified liquidity solution and marketplace for digital assets, tokens, and real-world assets on Blast Layer 2, backed by Animoca Brands. Check out the Easy token. And finally, honorable mentions to Cardano. The Cardano community is strong and passionate. Let me know if you are in the Cardano community. You always do. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. Subscribe to the channel, join our team. See you tomorrow.